So in this case, we are going to have a continuation, still on the same question paper. Now working with question number 6. All right. So this is our June 2024 exam from the Free State Province. Question number 6. It was on a hyperbola. We are given in the sketch below. That's the graph of f of x, which is the sketch as we are given here. We have got our f of x and also the H, which is passing through the point A, which is representing the asymptotes, as we do understand the X and the Y value for the what? For the asymptotes. So this is the point of intersection of what? Of the asymptotes. So this is what we have. And all right, according to the information, they said it is given the asymptotes of F intersect at the point A as we are given, and the graph of F, it cuts the y-intercept at point B, which is 0 minus 2. This is the y-intercept from our y-axis, all right? Let me just try to indicate the x-axis and y-axis so that we will be together. All right, so this is our x-axis, this is our x-axis, and this is our y-axis, like that. All right, so this is it. So as we can see, the point B here is on the what? On the y-axis, which is the y-intercept. So therefore, the point B becomes the y-intercept. And also the axis of symmetry of F is the line H. It is part of the axis of symmetry. And the point C, which is given as 2, 3, is just a point on H. Not important. It is just found on what? On H. So that is it. So that is our point C, which is found on what? On H, which is what? The axis of symmetry. These lines, remember, they've got a negative what? Gradient. So therefore, the equation for this one is going to be y is equal to minus x plus c for the axis of symmetry. Remember, the one that is going to have a positive gradient passing through the point A will be given as y is equal to x plus c. So as we are dealing with the one with a negative gradient, as our m is less than 0, a negative. All right. Anyways, let us see our questions out of the given diagram. These are the set of questions that were given for 14 marks. 6.11, determine the equation of what? Of H. So H representing our axis of symmetry. There is a given point which is 2, 3. Already we have a point which lies on what? On H. So we can use that. Remember the format, guys, of the axis of symmetry. When it is a negative grad, it's going to be minus x. There is no minus 2x or minus 3x, minus x. Or y is equal to x plus c. So already we know that our gradient is negative 1. So it is just a continuation from there. All right, it's just a continuation. So our hx is going to be given as from minus x plus c. Just determine the value of c from the given point 2, 3. So from the point C, which is given as 2, 3, we have got the x value and the y value. So substitute. The y is what? Is 3. So 3 is equal to minus our x, which is what? Which is 2 plus c. So that's we're going to have the value of c. Taking the minus 2 to the other side, that was going to be a plus. 3 plus 2, which is what? Which is 5. So that's the value of c. So therefore, our equation from what we had there, we're simply going to substitute back the value of c. So therefore, our hx is going to be given as minus x plus 5, which is the value of what? The value of c, just like that. All right, let us consider another question. Determine the coordinates of the point A. So let us consider the point A where it is found. The point A, remember, it's for the asymptotes. All right, so what can we do? All right, let's figure out. Since we have got two things so far to consider, our hx, which is equal to minus x plus 5, and also the original of function hx, I mean f of x. Remember our f of x, remember that our f of x is given as a over x plus p plus f4. They want us to determine the coordinates of a, which is what? Part of our asymptotes. A is for the asymptotes. So for that point, we need to have the x value for the asymptotes and also the y value. So what can we do? The y value is already there. Remember from our format, this 4, which represents plus q, is part of our asymptote. So we know that y is equal to 4. But there we do not have the value of x. If it was there, we're going to just take it from here. But they wrote as x plus p. So what about the value of x? We cannot determine it from f of x since we do not have the value of a in that. So in order for us to have the value of x, we must use the value of y that we have already here. But in order for us to use it, we are supposed to either use it on f of x or on what? On hx. Why on hx? Because hx passes also through the point A. The line there. So the point A lies on both on this hx. It's an asymptote. It's not there on f of x. It is on what? On hx. So we are saying here, the line, all right, the point C, all right, not the point C, but actually this one, all right. So we're going to consider y there. For y is equal to 4, find the value of x. Find the value of what? The value of x. From which condition, since the point A lies on what? Since the point A lies on hx. So we can take that equation for hx to say that our hx is going to be given as what? I mean, it was given as minus x plus 5, minus x plus 5, on a condition that y is equal to 4. When our y is equal to 4, what is the value of x? What will be the value of x? Since we have the a which lies on what? On hx. So we have got the y value for a. What we do not have is the x value. So it's an equation that we have. Solve for what? For x. This is how these equations can be given as, all right? So we can solve, all right? The 5 to the other side is going to give us what? A negative. If we take it, so it's going to be 4 minus 5, which is what? Negative 1. So negative 1 is equal to minus x. In order for us to find the value of x, we're simply going to divide by what? Negative 1 here. So this can cancel. So that is it. Negative, negative cancels. So therefore, our x is equal to 1 at that condition of our asymptotes. So for these asymptotes that we have got the value of x, which is equal to 1, and the y value, which we dealt before as what? As 4. So therefore, as a point, a is going to be given as what? We take the x value, which is 1, and the y value, which is what? Which is 4. So this is the condition. We have got the point A. So you see how to attempt these typical questions. You must have the knowledge of what you're dealing with. Understand the question. 6.13. Determine the equation of f for 3 marks. All right, so the equation of f now it is easier for us to determine, guys, because remember we've got the x value representing what? The asymptote. For the asymptote, the x value is 1. So we can take advantage of that because here it was given before. So this is 6.13. It was given before as what? F of x is equal to a over x plus p plus f4. So since we have the part that represents the asymptote, x is equal to 1. So when we have got our x is 1, we're going to substitute back here. But remember the sign there has to change. The sign has to change. So it will be x minus 1. All right, like that. So it will be x minus 1 here. If it was a minus 1, to say x is equal to minus 1, when you substitute, you change the sign x plus 1, just like that. All right? So the sign always opposes. It does not mean follow as it is. Here to say there's a plus, also put a plus. No, 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 no. It does not mean follow that. The value of x, change its sign, you're done. So let us find the value of a. To find a, we must have at least a point, one point which lies on what? On f of x. Any point. So is there any point which is found on what? On f. This is our f. There is a part here. There is also a part here. So as we can see, this piece does not have any point on it. But this one, there is a point given on it, which is what? The point B, the y-intercept. So we can use the point B to determine the value of A. So from the point B, which is given as 0, negative 2, we have got the x and y value. Substitute our y value, which is what? Negative 2. So therefore, negative 2 must be equal to what? A over what? Our x value, which is what? Our x value, which is a 0 there. So that's 0 minus 1 plus a 4. So we have substituted the corresponding values from the point B, the y value and the x value. Solve for what? For A. So that's it. We can even take the 4 to the other side. It will be a negative, or simply subtract 4 both sides. So this is going to give us negative 6 is equal to A over what? 0 minus 1. That's minus 1. Remember here it is subtracted. All right, so that's to find A. You can easily, or just multiply by negative 1. It's up to you guys just to get rid of this. So that's our A is going to be positive what? Positive 6. So we have got the value of A. That was the only part missing on our equation from this step that we have here. Therefore, we can conclude that our f of x can be written as our a, which is what? Which is 6. So this is 6 over what? X minus 1 plus f4. So that is what you're going to have at the end. All right. So just make sure, guys, you work out as many questions as you can. Many questions, so that you can have the idea of how do they ask these questions. Then 6.14, determine the equation of the asymptotes of what? F of x plus 1. All right. Remember, f of x plus 1, that's a transformation from the original function that we have as our f of x. It's a transformation. It's a transformation on its own. So if it is a transformation, therefore, try to analyze it or work with that transformation that you are given there. All right. So 6.14, remember originally our f of x now is given as 6 over x minus 1. All right. So that was x minus 1 plus f4. This is our original f of x. Now they are saying it has been transformed. It is now given as f of x plus 1. Remember, f of x plus a shift of a units to the left, positive. When it is positive there, it means x plus a is equal to 0. X is equal to minus a, negative. So we're going to have a units going to the left. So when it is like this, it means minus 1 for x. So that is negative value for x, 1 unit to the what? To the left. That is what happened. Our graph shifted 1 unit to the left. So you can do that. Just have a shift on originally what you had as your asymptote. If you shift this asymptote, the x value at 1, this is your asymptote. Then you shift it 1 unit going to the left. Where are you going to end with? You are going to end it at x is equal to 0. From that understanding, you know that x will be equal to 0. But as we are shifting the x value, the y is not affected. So the y is going to remain at what? At 4. So therefore, this is what we have as the asymptote, the equation of what? Of the asymptote. X is equal to 0, y is equal to 4. Just like that. Or you can go back, substitute that, because we are given another function of f of x plus 1. What does it mean? In place of x, put back x plus 1. And you have the origin, and you have a new function from the original function that you're given. So this is going to be 6 over what? In place of x, put back what you're given as it is, x plus 1. But remember there was what? A minus 1 before. All right? Plus 4. So this is it. We have got f of x plus 1 here, which is going to give us 6 over what? 1 minus 1, that's a 0. So you're going to have x plus what? Plus a 4. So that is it. This is your new function. From the new function, what is it that you're being asked? The equation of what? The asymptotes. What will be our x value? As we can see, nothing is added. So it's just like a 0 or minus 0. So the x value, there's nothing that is added. So therefore, x is going to be equal to 0 for the asymptote. And for the y value at 4, y is equal to what? Y is equal to 4, which is the same answer as what we saw from the understanding that you can just even shift that asymptote. You just shift it according to the transformation that you're given. It's a transformation. All right? So this is how you answer these questions, just like that. Just like that. Revise as many questions. All right? So let us move on to 6.15. Write down the coordinates of what? The image. The image, all right, of the point D, which is given as this. If D is reflected about the axis of symmetry, y is equal to x plus 3. All right, if we consider the axis of symmetry, y is equal to x plus 3, maybe if it was to be calculated, it's going to be something like that, all right? But they were not given to determine it. They have it on their own and the point D on its own. So answer the question. Do not go back to the graph now. You try to find out, is it exactly the equal, guys? You're wasting your time. Use the information that you're given. How do I transform a point along the line y is equal to x plus 3? Along the mirror line y is equal to mx plus c. How do I transform a point? So I have already referred to that class, all right? So make sure that you go through the video on how to transform your graph. How to transform a point over a line of y is equal to mx plus c, such as y is equal to x plus 3 as we are given. So the best thing that you focus with, the constant that you're given. So our constant here is what? Is 3. So do not worry, even if they put a minus there or what, do not worry about that. You take the constant 3, separate it to the graph of y is equal to x. So in order for you to do this, it means you are working the constant on its own c. These are the steps that you must take. 1, we are going to affect this 3 downwards. So we are going to shift downwards. 3 units downwards, that's a negative 3. From the original function. So if you are going downwards, guys, what are you affecting? You are affecting the y values. So you shift downwards first, all right? So it's negative half. And what's going to happen? We have got a 0 there, a 0. Take note, this is a 0, guys. So the 0 there is the one that is affected as you are going down. Going up or down, these are for the what? For the y values. Going up or down. So you affect the y value. So you are going to subtract. We are going down. So you're going to subtract 3 units. You subtract the constant, all right? So it is going to be minus half 0 minus 3. That's what? That's minus 3. So this is our new point. This is the new point at 0, 0. So since we subtracted, we have gone down. So it's saying it is at 0, 0. So therefore, what is that we do? We now transform it along the line y is equal to x. By transforming along the line y is equal to x, guys, this line, you just swap the coordinates. Remember, in your mathematics grade 9, a transformation in the line y is equal to x. You transform points xy, it is going to be written as yx. You just swap the points, all right? So swap values. So there you just swap x and y, meaning to say, on this one, remember we are here. This is now the new point that you are at. So you swap the points. So this will be given as, if we swap, it will be given as minus 3 minus half. So we swapped. If it is y is equal to minus x, you swap, all right, and affect the y value by a negative. And change signs. You actually change signs, all right? So you swap and change signs. That's the best way that I can say. And change what? And change signs, all right? Because if you are given a certain point, it must change its sign from where it is. So you swap and what? And change signs, okay? So this is the condition when it is the line of y is equal to minus x. But for the line of y is equal to x, you just swap the values, all right? Remember, we had to shift. That was the first thing. Now, we had to reflect in the line y is equal to x, which was remaining there. So what is that we're going to do? The units that we moved downwards, we are supposed to add them back. So that will be your final step. It is to shift back. So you shift back the units that you moved. Remember, we moved 3 units from the constant going what? Downwards. So now we oppose. We go upwards. So on the y value, remember I said going up or down, you affect the y value. So this here, the y value is going to be affected. It was minus half, but we are supposed to go up now 3 units. This one is the one that you move 3 units. So that's plus 3. Here it was minus 3. Now it's going to be plus what? Plus 3. That is the only way. That is the way out where you can easily follow your steps. So this will be given as minus 3 minus half plus 3 is going to give us 5 over 2, 2.5. So that is 5 over what? 5 over 2. So this is the image of D. The D that we're given before as what? The D that we're given before as minus half as 0 there has been transformed along the line y is equal to x plus 3. So these are the steps. You shift first 3 units, the constant going down. You reflect along the remaining line. If it is y is equal to minus x, you reflect along that line. Then you must shift back those units that you moved. You add them back as it is. You are having your final answer, which represents the image of what? The image of D. So therefore, this will be our image of what? Of D. So let's revise as many questions, all right? So let us consider another question, all right? So here if we do not understand, guys, the comment section is there. Let us communicate. Let's communicate and see how to help each other along the way. All right, given question number 6.2. 6.2, they are saying draw a rough sketch of this graph, all right? So they gave us the information. This is a hyperbola. And take note, if we're given f of x or whatever that you have, y is equal to, then we've got a over x minus b plus what? Plus c. We can see that the A can be either positive or negative. When our A is a negative value, it means on our asymptotes, we are going to have the shape this side and another one this side because of the negative. This is the negative that we are seeing here. It is affecting what? Our A. So we have got what? The shape. A there. The shape in our case here. Not this one they are talking about here. All right. Let me have it in that way. This is the one that we are talking about. This one. This one. It is negative. So it affects the shape. Here, they are now talking about the A here, the one here, this A. It is the part of your asymptotes now, the Y value. This X, and they're saying it is greater than what? It is greater than 0, the value of A. And B, it is also part of the asymptotes for what? For X. Those are your asymptotes. But they're saying B is less than 0. So meaning to say B is a negative value. A is greater than 0. So A is a positive value. These are the asymptotes. B for what? The X asymptotes. Asymptote. Then A for the what? For the Y asymptote. Remember? So the Y asymptote, which is our A, is positive. Y is equal to A. It is a positive value. Y is equal to A. It is what? A positive. Then the X, this one, it's a negative because B is negative. So X is equal to what? X is equal to the value of B, which is given as a what? As a negative value. So this is our condition. How can we have now a proper or a nice sketch from this? This is our x-axis, y-axis, all right? This is our origin. So if we are to consider this, x is what? Negative. So negative values on the left of what? Of this y-axis here. So we're talking about this side. Those are the values of x being negative. So x is equal to minus b. That's an asymptote on the negative side. X is equal to minus b. Y is equal to a. Remember, y is positive, so it's above the x-axis. Y is equal to. So this is our line for y is equal to a above what? Above the x-axis. So that's y is equal to a. To show that it's positive, it is supposed to be above the x-axis. The shape, remember, when these are our asymptotes, we're going to have one piece here and another piece there. So these are the pieces that you're going to present now. This piece on this side of the asymptotes, there's a piece that you're going to have here and another piece on this side of what? Your asymptotes, like that. And this will be, all right, so just something like that, guys, okay? Something like that. We are having a sketch. So this is just a sketch, all right? Just like that, we are done. This is what you are given there to represent as y is equal to whatever that you're given there. This is how you're given to represent a sketch. So they are testing you there. Do you know your graphs? So guys, you see, mathematics grade 12, it is grade 11. As long your grade 11 is lacking, please go through the videos for grade 11 mathematics, grade 10 mathematics. You still have time to gather the basics of what you didn't understand. So now it's not something that you have to need a teacher to teach you those grade 11, grade 10. You have the videos. Go back, rewatch those videos for what? For mathematics grade 10 and 11. In that case, you are gaining that information that you need, those basics, because grade 12 is not a new stuff that you have. It's a continuation. This is the last stage of your high school. So they are taking everything from grade 8 mathematics. From grade 8 mathematics. So never leave any part unattempted. Don't prepare towards exams. Prepare now. Know your topics now, each and every section before your exams, because in exam they are combining now a topic and another topic. They do combine them together. So you must be prepared for that. Let's do revise in as much as we can. All right, guys, that is what we had. We are going to look into other questions, and make sure that you also join the membership so that you do not miss any of the other classes that we are going to have from MathZone African Motives.